remember when we did that thing with Z, like, back in 2014?
No, we just randomly talked about manly series.
Yeah, I mean, we should continue that. Because at the very end of the part 5, we mentioned, like, a bunch of series that we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, and then everyone in the comments was like, what about this show? What
Yeah.
about that show?
Yeah, series we forgot to mention. Okay, then there's Lupin is the first one.
Yeah, there's Lupin, and there was Onizuka, and there was...
Berserk was the other one. This was before...
Oh, we didn't talk about Berserk?
No. There was also Crying Freeman, Madball 34, Tough.
Some of those I can't talk too much about, because it's just like, I've only watched the OVA for Madball.
Yeah. Lone Wolf and Cub, Samurai Executioner, still not experienced enough for that.
Yeah.
Garuden, and Fist of the Blue Sky, Cyber Blue, Blaster Knuckle. Those we can.
Oh yeah, Blaster Knuckle, yeah. I mean, I guess there's some recent, like, you talk about Tiger Mask.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's kind of right. Tiger Mask is like...
It's relevant.
I don't know. It occurred to me the other day that we should have done, like, a weekly podcast about those shows that were airing. Like Tiger Mask and Bokan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
This
yeah.
next season we can do that.
Yeah, with Tiger Mask, I think we could still do that since, we're halfway through the show. But
Yeah.
Bokan, however, is like, I don't know.
And it's going to be ending in like a couple episodes.
If it does.
I think.
Because I don't know.
I mean, it has to be 24 episodes because what are they going to do afterwards?
I don't know,
maybe. They have 24 mechs. You're going to stop using episode 25, no mech.
New mech, and new mech every episode. Bokan Infinity.
It broke the mold.
No, or
episode with no mech.
I don't know, it'd be so epic if at the very end there's a teaser, it'd be like, next time, Bokan 25, Yatterman. I'm like, oh! Yeah, Yatterman, the new Yatterman series. But, no, I doubt it. Yeah.
It'll take a while. Maybe they might announce, because I remember they were talking about a new Speed Racer, so I don't know. Maybe that might be the next announcement.
Maybe, because I think I was out of the loop for that, because Speed Racer is coming out by Funimation in a couple of months.
Alright.
So there's that.
Speed Racer.
Yes, you got the Speed.
Was that actually his name, or is this just like...
I think his Japanese name was Go, but they changed it to Speed in English, so... I mean, it's called Makagogo, but still,
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, whatever. Just keep
like
it.
Like Astro and Atom.
Yeah, they changed
We always gotta fuck it up somehow.
Yeah. Well, then again, like...
English names do sound better. And then there's like Tetsujin and Gigantor.
Yeah.
But the one I still won't forget to this day is like Giant Robo. Giant Robo, this came out as Johnny Sacco and his giant flying robot. I'm like, it's more complicated than the original. I thought you were supposed to make it more simple.
Yeah.
Oh, Tranzor Z.
Yeah, Tranzor Z.
That was...
Yeah, Shogun Warriors and all that. So I'm like, well, Super Robots not enough? It's like, no, they're Shogun Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like wondering about that. I'm like, they're not really Shoguns though.
The Shogun Warriors. Guy King with rocket boosters. Great Mazinga with rocket launcher.
Look, it's Godzilla!
Is he friend or foe? You can decide. The large Shogun Warriors and Godzilla. They're ready to strike when you are.
It's whatever. The American kids won't know what a Shogun is.
Yeah,
there was no memes back then. Someone on my Facebook page was trying to call me out on my last anime recommendation for the Silver Fang.
Yeah.
He was like calling me out on Facebook. He's like, did you ever read my blog or my anime news, or my anime list review for Silver Fang? Because I called it manly 4 years before you. And I'm like, well, when you watch it, it sounds like a pretty manly show. And then he responds back to me. He's like, well, yeah, it's manly, but it's not manly like Fist of the North Star or Kaniku Man, or he's like, name me all these manly series. And like, I just decided to ignore him. Then he messaged me 2 days later. He's like, actually, I was doing some research online. This guy did it 8 years before me. He called Silver Fang manly. I'm like, okay, buddy, good for you.
Yeah.
I didn't think calling the series manly gave you some kind of right.
I don't know. Well, then again, like some of the JoJo fans on my YouTube channel don't understand like why do I say manly in some things. We're like, well, back in the day, before popularity was a thing. But anyways, well, I don't know. I guess that itself leads to our conversation for this topic, because this podcast is gonna start off weird or video, whatever. The point is, if you're listening to us by this point, and if the recorder's not fucking up, is that we're gonna talk about manly series, or in this case, kind of figure out what the hell or what really makes something manly, because I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? I thought of like everyone on YouTube. Out of everyone, you'd be the one that would know.
The thing is, like, things kind of change, and then your opinions change, and then the times change. Everything changes. But like, I even have doubts, like on the top 20 manly list that I did, like on the order of things, because, well, I told you the story before, but like, take the character Oyaji, because like, he's an adult, but I'm thinking, maybe like when I'm in that position, maybe he will seem like the manliest guy ever. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in that Ricky O podcast we did a while back, we got you to think about that decision.
Yeah, about Guts and Ricky O. But even after that, I'm thinking I was wrong there, but now I'm thinking, no, maybe I was right. So, like, I don't know.
See, that's the problem with lists. You never know. You always kind of, like, second guess yourself. You're like, was this the right position?
Yeah.
Was it not?
Is this the right...
Higher, lower?
Yeah, the fetal position or the sex position. Which one? Oh. Which sex position do I use? But I kind of do want to make like a remake of that list, like a condensed top 10, but different characters. Some of the same ones are still gonna be there, like the obligatory Guts and Kensho, like the most obligatory of manly characters into that single list, which were mostly gonna be like iconic people like Kensho, Guts, what's the other iconic one I was gonna think of? Go-Go, Captain Harlock, those four automatically, yeah, obviously. But then I'm thinking, like, which one from Kinnikuman do I use? Like, Momotaro's an obvious one, one of the JoJo's is an obvious one, so, something like that, just to make it, like, the most essential of essentials. But at the same time, I didn't want to do it so soon, because I'm pretty sure people want to see something new, rather than me recycling, like, a video. Like, I'm pretty sure...
Yeah, man, they want more manly now.
Yeah, they want that, because that's something I'm working on, because I finally saw the movie of the characters that I needed to see, and it wasn't... there was hardly any connection between the two, with honesty, so I'm like, oh.
No.
Yeah, but at least now I've seen that movie. But, where was I going with... Oh, yeah, because I think people want to see more than anything is, like, the top 10 villains. Well, okay, like that again is like a surprise, because it was supposed to be top 20, but I'm having such a fucking hard time, and I don't feel happy with with the candidates that I have, so I'm just gonna reduce it down to 10.
All right.
Yeah, and also out of those 10, I need to wait for 2 shows to finish before I make my final judgment. One is Tiger Mask Double, because there's 2 potential villains in that show.
Right.
Yeah, you got Tiger the Third, which apparently that's his name, not Tiger the Great. So Tiger the Third, Yellow Devil, and then relating to that joke, even for the Goemon movie, because whatever that villain's name is, I forgot his name. But
oh yeah, the one with the grill.
Yeah, so I might combine like him and Yao Okozaki in one slot, because even after that, more than likely there's gonna be a teaser for like the next Lupin thing, which will probably be Zenigata or Lupin himself. And that might feature a different villain, or who knows, maybe Mamo becomes like this more manlier dude in the next installment.
It's a manlier body.
It's Manlo.
Manmo.
Manmo.
Oh no.
Yeah, so, and then...
He's off his shirt, he's all ripped.
I don't know, or maybe it's like Garlic Jr., he just gets all bigger.
Oh, God. I would laugh my ass off if that was the case.
Yeah, and then I'm debating about, watching Silver Fang because of that fucking bear, Abo Kabuto or whatever.
Yeah, man, the bears, and some of the dogs, man. I mean, you get dogs flipping bowls and shit.
Yeah. crazy.
The hardest core ever, man.
Hardcore parkour.
These dogs don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So top villains, I want to work on that, and then manly list the number 23, and then I think after that I'm just gonna go straight to 22 because 22 is more of a character I really want to talk about. And then 21, I was putting that on hold because for 21, I was waiting for a certain dub to come out, and it actually did in time, so now I could actually edit that, mixed in the audio clips, and people would be like, oh, there's a dub? Yeah, there's a dub for it now. But, yeah. So I should be more active with the womanly stuff next couple of months, and then, yeah, look at me, I'm just updating shit and staying off topic. So last update is the, okay, so right now we're both doing Macho March stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're doing next, but what I'm working on right now is a Gold 13 review for the anime. It's almost 13 minutes long, so
That's perfect.
almost, but
Perfect.
yeah. And then the superhero stuff is actually gonna pop up pretty maybe between April and May, or at this point it will come out by Free Comic Book Day.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm gonna actually reduce them to 5 per video just to make it easier, because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out later this year and they haven't popped out yet. So if I wait till they come out, it's gonna take even longer to make. So fuck everything. Yeah. So do you got any updates, Falcon? Do you want to share?
Right now I'm just trying my best to get this Macho March thing to make it a good one, so I don't disappoint everyone.
Yeah.
Like I have previous years. But
Oh, you
I
disappointed
got my
me, Falcon.
plan. Yeah, I know. It's just I've been busy. I have an anime club now. I have to watch over them.
Yeah.
And I just got accepted into a cooking competition. So
Holy
I've
shit.
been a busy boy. Yeah, I know. I went into the finals. I was surprised. You know. So that's another thing I've been meaning to talk about on my channel too, because I cook. So, anyways, my next recommendation, I might be talking about the manliest magical girl manga ever, called Pretty Bell. But that's all I have planned for now. Maybe I might be next week. I'll be doing a lot of anime movie reviews. I wanted a Samurai Jack review before the new season came out, but yeah, writing that review would have taken too long, so it's going to have to be a little bit after the premiere. But
Yeah.
I'll still do a Samurai Jack review this month for like the original TV series, and then I might talk about the new season either next Macho March or maybe just when it finishes. I'll just review it in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and on the subject of like womanly stuff, there's actually a womanly manga right now
Oh,
that's called Rokudo no Onatachi. But let me see
Oh,
what
yeah.
I don't know what that translates, but yeah, so far it's a harem series, but it's about a harem with womanly girls.
My kind of hair.
Yeah, because it starts off as this loser like high schooler kid that kind of looks like people have said he kind of looks like a Izuku ripoff.
Oh,
Yeah. So, anyways, he gets a letter from his grandpa that passed away a long time ago, and this letter says that this will help you, like, in life to fight against, against delinquents or whatever. So, what this scroll does, it gives him like the power to like attract the opposite sex, and it's all mostly all just bancho girls or delinquent girls. So basically, they all have the hots for him. But the main character starts off as a wuss, but he's slowly improving himself. So,
okay.
because one of the best quotes is that because he always wanted to date a girl, and he and his two friends the two friends kind of remind me something out of like Takeshi for some reason, but
Oh,
yeah, I don't, because one of them is like kind of looks like a manly kid because he's like a colonel. He's called Colonel, and he has like the military the military hat and the camouflage shirt and everything, but his face looks a lot older than he's supposed to be. So yeah. So anyways, the main character, I don't remember his name, but so he always wanted to date a girl and nothing's going for him, and then his friends were telling him, but you do realize that you're attracting this delinquent girl, and they're saying, but you do know that she is a girl, man, and so he's thinking about it, and he's kind of wondering. Then the girl stands up for herself because At one point, he told her like, do not like beat up people, whatever. But then one day she saw someone beaten up, and she asked like, what happened? Well, these guys beat me up, but I kept my promise. I didn't fight back. So, and he said that there were just a couple of weaklings anyway. So then he's thinking like, oh my god, I thought like I heard delinquents were all manly, but I thought they were just like fibbing. They were just lying. Like they weren't truly men. And but then she looks at this girl, but like, my god, but this true manliness is cute. Yeah, this true manliness is cute. I'm just like, wow. Yeah, so far it's been slowly updating, and it's relatively new. It popped out this year in officially like in manga in Japan. So yeah, who knows how long this will last? It's not Shonen Jump, so it has a chance to last for a while, I guess.
Yeah, because I know Shonen Jump, they're busy. They have a whole bunch of new stuff coming out to replace all their
It's more like expendable
garbage.
Jump by this point.
Yeah, I know. See, that's the problem with Jump. Like, especially for like newcomers, you have to be like on your toes, man.
Yeah. It's like, ugh. I don't know, because I think the only series that are pretty long is like that one comedy series that I don't remember its name, and then the sumo one is still there, and the Hero Academia is obviously in the hundreds, Black Clover is barely in the hundreds, and then Shogeki no Soma or Food Wars and Haikyuu are in the 200s, so those guys are staying. And I did notice that, yeah, anyone before 2000 that got published before 2010, they're gone. The only one that was from the 2010 onwards was Assassination Classroom, and that finished already. So
Yeah, but that wrapped up neatly.
yeah. So all the 2010 stuff is like they're like the new generation, I guess. So anyways, back to manly stuff.
Back to manliness.
Yeah. So I guess we're just gonna randomly talk about shows because back in 2014 we had a collab conversation with ZNC3. And at one point, we also had like our friend called Godzilla Padilla Z, but he hasn't been around anymore with us.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know we don't know where he went, but he said that
there have
life.
been the three manly amigos.
Yeah, he said that life was catching up with him or something, so we haven't heard from him since then. Or I don't even know if he still listens to us, but if he is, like, yeah, good for you. We still remember you.
I still remember
Yeah.
the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in those videos, we randomly talked about manly series. Like, we were just listening to them and see how long we can talk about it for, like, 5 or 6 minutes and then jump to the next show. So, at the end of the part 5 video, because we made 6 parts, at the end of part 5, there was like a bunch of series we didn't have time for, and we were gonna do the same thing the following year and the year after that. However, like, say NC3 was like busy, and then we never got the ball rolling, and it's like, I think 3 years later is a long time coming.
Yeah.
So
It's time for a comeback.
yeah, we got a lot of the major stuff out of the way, and there's still some manly series that we haven't explored yet, even from that time gap. So yeah, we're gonna start off with something simple, or I guess something that's still airing, it's gonna be a bit of a rant, being Tiger Man's Double.
Yeah, double W.
Yeah, but now it's more like Tiger Mask Triple because there's 3 tigers.
Yeah, that's true. Tiger the Third.
Yeah, Tiger the Third. Tiger
It's
the
classy.
Third.
It's classy.
Yeah, based
Even
on
though, like, when he
Tiger
had
the
a full costume, I was thinking of, like, Kiniko Man Zebra
Great.
for some reason.
Yeah, Tiger the Great. Well, then again, I mean, Kiniko Man does have Kiniko Man Great and Kiniko Man Zebra, so maybe that's like a combination or something. I don't know.
I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, so anyways, Tiger Man's Double. Currently, as of this recording, there's like barely 20 episodes out, and the quality has been flip-floppy.
Yeah, man, it's just been flip-flopping all over the place. I mean, like, it started off manly, but, like, the main problem with Tiger Mask, though, like, okay, not main, there's a bunch of problems. First off, it can't decide whether or not it wants to be, like, a super over-the-top, like, wrestling series that's, like, all gory and shit, or if it wants to be, like, a somewhat realistic one and feature real, actual Japanese wrestlers. Because, like, whenever there's an episode of an actual Japanese wrestler, like, the fights just take a massive dive. Like, they're more, I guess, realistic. They're not as crazy when compared to, like, fights like, the Red Death Mask fight, which is still probably the best fight.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. And then there's a whole thing with like certain episodes just being like needlessly goofy, just for no fucking reason. Like that one with the Mexican wrestler, which it seemed like it could have led to a great story arc. Because like the whole plot of that was just like, you know, why don't you come to Mexico? We have our own mass league. Come over there, we'll pay you. That could have been like a good story arc right there.
Yeah.
But no, it was like a comedy episode and it was fucking dumb.
Gotta face real luchadores, but no.
Yeah. Oh no, the one that still pisses me off to the day was the one where they're just like fighting for pastries.
Yeah. I actually like that one.
Beat them up in the ring. I'm like, no, stop it.
Yeah, it was actually making me crave like sweets, but that episode's one example of Toei, like, well, just like Shonen Jump, Toei is also changing direction because ever since they got their hands on Toriko, they've been forcing the food habits into their other shows. Because it happens a lot with Super. It happens a lot even in One Piece. Like when I was watching the Zou arc, when all the animals are recovering, there's like 3-4 minutes of Sanji like feeding people. And, showing everyone getting help, and then everyone's saying, oh, Sanji's cookies are great. Like, come on, everyone, get fed. I'm like, yeah, we get it. But, yeah. That Tiger Mask episode, I don't know, that Tiger Mask episode should have been a Toriko filler episode, because I feel like they would have had more at stake, because it could have been like, Toriko's gonna get some sweets, and Zebra's eating all that shit, so Toriko has to fight Zebra.
Oh. See, that would have been great. But that's the problem with Tiger Mask, though. It's like, because like at that point in time, the main character is supposed to be like be getting ready to find the real Yellow Devil and get his vengeance and whatnot, and he's fighting over pastries. It's like, why?
Yeah, but then after that, it slowly raises the quality because we have like a one-manly fight.
Yeah, which I thought was going to be a bad episode, but it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, it was decent, and then the one after.
Action.
Yeah. Then after that, it got like better because it was Hell in the Hole.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is what I came to this anime for. I almost forgot.
Yeah, it bear through with it, and then it's a 2-part fight because the first half is they're all collecting, they're teaming up with each other, like they're getting weapons, and then Odin actually has like fucking a reason to fight. He's like, oh. And then the second half is like, oh, it's a robot.
Yeah, no, that's why it's like, this just can't decide, does it want to be realistic or over the top, because you have like fucking cyborg Terminator wrestler.
Yeah.
Just right there, like prototype, going balloon. And just like, annihilates it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, because then you get Tiger the Third, which, fucking wrecks it.
Yeah.
And then the episode after that, now the quality started to drop again.
I actually forgot what the episode was even about.
They show a bunch of, like, 4 different fights going really quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Tiger the Dark had one little fight. Well, at first it takes place in America, where Tiger the Dark fights like a little fight. No one's really paying attention to him. Then Tiger the Third beats up was it Bigfoot or Sasquatch? I forgot the actual.
Oh yeah, the Bigfoot. Actually, so I get confused with him and then the Phantom one. I think it's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Bigfoot.
Yeah, so he knocks them down like pretty much with ease, and then they show Tiger Mask like fight some other guy for like he fights a Mexican another luchador also, because apparently I'm thinking, oh, now I get what Tiger's Den is doing. So basically they're hiring different wrestlers from different groups, so that way the group can't make any money, so that way you have to go to them in order to make any. So basically, yeah, they live up to the name Monopoly because they're monopolizing all the wrestlers. So, and then there's little conflict at the end because the nurse now knows that Tiger the Dark is like, she's putting the pieces together that that's his son, and then Tiger Mask and Tiger the Dark aren't looking eye to eye, but they still don't know who they are, and something like that should be like at the forefront of the story, but it's not.
Because it's called Tiger Mask Double. You really think it's going to be focusing on these two, like, throughout the whole series, but, like, the beginning, for, like, the longest time, was mainly just focusing on the normal Tiger Mask.
Yeah.
And then we'd get the occasional episode episode for Tiger the Dark, but like most of his fights were pretty lame when compared to Tiger Mask.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until we got that two-parter where we actually did something. But even then, it's like when he goes to the ring, despite being Tiger the Dark, it seems like he doesn't get any attention. He doesn't get that recognition or anything like that.
No. And you think people will react more also because, you know, since he's wearing a Tiger Mask when Tiger Mask wasn't even around yet. So, like, I'm surprised people haven't jeered him saying, like, hey, you're a Tiger Mask ripoff or something. But no, not even the crowd is that invested.
I know, because like whenever he has a fight, there's like only a couple people, and like some of them look really bored, and I'm like, still no recognition? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's sad.
Yeah, well, to me it doesn't make any sense, but with all honesty, I feel like everyone would be like staring nonstop at Miss X.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, man, I don't think people like. I know like Takuma doesn't really care, but I think like almost anyone would be like staring at her, like especially the Japanese, being like, oh, like she must be American or something. Like.
Yeah, because like I still remember when she came out on screen the first time. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. Damn. Like, I mean, she even gets in the ring too, so I'm just like, you know, I kind of feel like she would get more attention or something, but I don't know.
Like, after she got her ass whooped, she was like, never again.
Yeah, like, oh. So, well, then again, there's a lot of stuff going on within the show that I'm kind of wondering, like, where's the focus? I think that's the big problem. It's like there's a lack of focus in this show. That indecisive and unfocused. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because like again, the whole point of this is both tigers. Again, they don't know who they are because they used to early on. They used to like what were they like disciples for one wrestler? I forgot.
Disciples.
They were friends before.
Yeah, they were disciples for Takuma's dad. So that's the thing.
Yeah, so they were friends before. They went their separate ways because Takuma's dad got injured by this other wrestler named Yellow Devil. And so they both went their separate ways, and they both basically went under like a tiger persona in order to take down Yellow Devil. That's the whole point of the story. And like, I mean, you get a couple episodes that will focus on that. I mean, there was one big episode where just Tiger Mask fought Yellow Devil, but it turns out it was a fake Yellow Devil, it wasn't the real one.
Yeah.
And then, like, from then onwards, it's just like, okay, well, you know, I think they announced that he was going to be in some competition and he's supposed to train for it and whatnot, but it's just like, okay.
Yeah, actually,
get random episodes.
Yeah, even when Tiger the Third came out, like, outside of Tiger's Cave, you know, like the most recent episode where he fought in the ring, no one reacted to him, like, hey, it's another tiger, like, oh. Like, or,
yeah, no, it was just like,
or even
normal.
like, yeah, or even like either Takuma or Naoto, they didn't react to him either, so I'm like, I think he's like a big deal, guys.
I know, especially if he's calling himself Tiger the Third. He's got that lineage going on.
Yeah. And who knows, like, I'm kind of thinking that might be the real Yellow Devil, but I'd rather have it, unless he does something super villainous, I'd rather have for them to be, like, you know, at least two major villains, that would be more entertaining. Right. Like, you know, one for...
probably do a tag team.
Yeah, one for Tiger the Dark and one for Tiger... Yeah, actually, yeah, what you said, tag team would have been pretty epic, too, like, you know, 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Bust out some, I don't know, can muscle docking.
Tiger docking.
Tiger docking!
Tiger Buster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been great. And then I had this other point in my head I completely forgot about. Oh yeah, see, the thing about Tiger Mask too, it was supposed to be like I think it was like an anniversary special for the original Tiger Mask, but it doesn't really do a good job of talking about the previous series.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, there was another Tiger Mask. Here are some of his villains. Oh, moving on. There's not much to honor the original series.
Mm-hmm. Admittedly, the story is nowhere near as bad like how Super could get, but I mean, yeah, the production and all that stuff for Tiger Mask is like levels beyond like when Dragon Ball Super first started. And it's more surprising that Tiger Mask has been consistent, but it's been consistent also at being like not too focused. So yeah. Because I haven't seen like any lame points in the story, like, or stuff that I think was just straight up stupid. like like Goku against Hit, where he CPRs himself, stuff like that.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah, but
You
Tiger
told me about
Mask,
that.
yeah, so Tiger Mask is slightly better in that department, but the fact that there's a lack of focus is really hurting it too, from being on par with the original, because Tiger Mask and Dragon Ball, they both have reputations to hold up, and they're not doing it well.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Tori, though. I come back every Sunday morning to watch a new episode of Tiger Mask.
Yeah.
It's like, they got you, though. That's the thing with Tori. It's like, even if you don't like their quality, they got you.
Yeah, because their shows are long running. They're never short. Rarely they make a short series, but when they make a shonen, it's guaranteed to be a long thing.
And, they get everyone's attention despite the quality.
Yeah.
One Piece is still one of the most popular anime series around. Dragon Ball Super, everyone talks about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tiger Mask, admittedly, okay, not that many people watch
Nobody
it.
does.
Yeah,
Tiger Mask is Tiger Mask is an exclusive club at this point, especially when you take all the Italians and Arabics into consideration. So.
Yeah, Tiger Mask probably doesn't work with that kind of magic for everyone, but who knows? In Japan, it's probably more bigger deal.
Yeah, especially
over there they have an actual real life Tiger Mask wrestler.
Yeah, they got a new one recently because there's a couple of clips online of more matches. Like there's even Tiger the Dark in the ring now. So I'm waiting for Yellow Devil and Tiger the Third.
It's more of a big deal over there.
Yeah, so I think we can move on from Tiger Mask now.
Yeah. I guess we could go on to another manly series that supposedly the manga comes back this Macho March on the 24th.
Oh, okay.
None other than Boyzoik.
Well, I thought it was called Fantasy Hiatus. Oh, okay. Yeah, because right now, what the fuck happened before they left? They left on a fucking cliffhanger. Like, what's gonna happen to fucking Casca? I don't know. Find out in 4 to 5 months next year.
But Mira's back just in time for the new anime.
Yeah, and people are already mad already, but I'm like, should you know better by this point?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, what do you expect? Do you expect them to learn from their mistakes and just hand draw everything? It's like, nah, bro, nah.
No.
You know what would be funnier? If, the thing is, it's just completely CG now. They don't even use hand drawn scenes. It's even shittier CG, just to fuck with fans.
Yes, with fucking everyone. I don't know.
We went from this one bitch.
Yeah, who knows? Who the fuck knows? Because even people are complaining they used an image, we were tricked or some shit. I'm like, they use animation images before when the other anime started airing, and then, well, to be honest, the whole CGI thing should have been obvious ever since Golden Age movies, because we never used CGI back then, and then when Berserk came back, look what happened. Golden Age. But yeah, everyone's still mad, and people are gonna be mad. And actually, I'm more concerned than anything is when is the dub coming out? Because Crunchyroll already got the Gintama dub, but not the Berserk dub yet.
Yeah, no, waiting for Berserk and Monster Musume, and there's one more, but I forgot. Yeah. I'm waiting for that shit.
Yeah, so Berserk, we didn't talk about this all those years ago, and well, to be honest, I think its manliness quality has kind of dropped, and the same thing goes for just the story in general to me has lessened. Because it doesn't really pull me in anymore, because it doesn't feel like there's any tension between Guts and Griffith anymore.
I get, because I'm not caught up with the manga. I'm kind of when Griffith, right now where I'm at, I'm kind of where Griffith is making his comeback and all the monsters and demons are coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
The past 5 chapters have just been oh look, Griffith is so amazing, and all these demons are coming out. I mean, the artwork is fantastic. It's
yeah.
My only complaint with Berserk's artwork is sometimes it's too detailed.
Mm.
Where I have to take a step back and just look at everything and just to see what's going on.
Yeah, the large
you
scale.
can't really say that for too much manga. It's too detailed. But
it's.
I kind of do agree with you with the whole, because I don't know, to me the quality has also been kind of dropping. I don't like Berserk as much as I did when I first started it. I mean, from Golden Age and even after Golden Age, with the whole fairy thing and all that stuff, even Power of Conviction, I was pretty engaged. But
I think it's because
I don't
it's getting softer ever since the fantasy elements, well, traditional fantasy elements have started kicking in.
Right? Because I remember when that little witch girl was giving everyone magical items, I'm just kind of like, whoa, wait, what? Like, that one guy got, like, the feather sword, Serpico.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's cool, but I'm like, I don't know, is it, like...
I wonder if Guts was thinking, man, if only we had those weapons back then during the eclipse, my friends would have been spared.
This would have been fucked.
Yeah, or better yet, like in the Berserk Abridged from HBI 2K, he actually made a joke saying that okay, remember in the Golden Age that Judo actually had a pack of fairy dust? Like, they were thinking, what if we, in the Abridged, we're saying, what if we found more of this and sprinkled it on Griffith? Maybe he would have made a full recovery. So, yeah, but anyways, back to actual canon, is that, yeah, because after the whole, Berserker armor unlocked type of thing, to me, I think for that point, Berserk becomes a completely different series. Because then they start meeting, like, into Farnes's, like, royalty life, and then, while they're still fighting, like, Gators, like, Gator Apostles, or Gator, I forgot if they're Apostles or not, or they work for the Kushan. There's a conflict with that, because there's this one BCC with, Guts on top of Zod, and they're striking a lightning apostles, and like, riding him, and then, but after that it just becomes the Griffith show, because Guts gets stuck on the infamous boat.
The boat. I can't wait to get to the boat.
Yeah, that's where the anime is gonna fucking end right now. Like, when it comes back, it's like, oh, look, it's the boat. We're ending there. And Berserk, even the PS4 game for Berserk, it's like, oh, look, the game's gonna end when they get on the boat.
Oh yeah, I still need to get that game. But
yeah.
it's like, it's too pricey right now for like a Warriors game. I don't feel like paying like $70.
Yeah.
Warriors.
Guts Rage. I'm like,
For that price, man.
they should make a
I
Kensho
just
DLC.
was thinking that's the name, because like I was talking to him about it, a friend. I'm like, oh, have you played Guts Rage? And he's like, what's Guts Rage? And like I had to take a step back and like think about it. And I'm like, oh wait, it's the Band of Hawk. And he's like, oh yeah, I have the game. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a Koei game, with Dynasty Warrior style, and then years before there was Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage, and then there so happens for the Sega Dreamcast there was a Guts Rage. So I don't know, it just feels more appropriate to call this new Berserk Guts Rage rather than Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, which sounds like a weird title. It's like saying Fist of the North Star and Lin Bat. So I don't know. It's like Kensho's not Fist of the North. I mean, it's like Kensho is not Fist of the North Star. Like that's the name of the show, not the name of a character. Like
he's not the Fist of the North Star.
He's not the Berserk. Guts is not Guts to Berserk or something. So
Guts to Berserk.
Yeah, it's not like Sonic.
That could be his last name.
I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's not like Sonic games where you got like dildo the vibrator, or like fuck the ass.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't forget about the classic Black the Cock.
Yeah, Black the Cock, or or Do Me Harder. Yeah, but anyway, Sonic. But yeah, seriously, on Sonic though, I'm anticipating the 2017 game, because news for that comes out later this month, and then Nintendo Switch hasn't been so good, but with the initial launch. But back to Berserk. Yeah, so before we complain more, I think we should be praising like its early stuff, since we never officially talked about it.
Yeah.
So
man.
let's rewind,
So,
like
started. Yeah.
let's rewind back to like
Starts off.
2000s when we started it.
Yeah, man, I was still in high school. I was reading it, and I'm like, I think I'm too young for this, but fuck it. I'm edgy. Let's go. Listen to the Shadow the Hedgehog theme song. I'm ready.
Yeah, I am all of me.
And then, yeah, the first chapter, Guts is fucking someone, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and
It's
then
hardcore.
then he's fucking something.
And he's fucking something.
I'm like, oh.
Something's always fucking with Guts, though. It's either a person or life. Generally, it's just life.
Yeah. Oh, even in sex, I am not content, or whatever. But so he fucks up the apostle, and then from there it enters the Black Swordsman arc where Guts is like cutting down apostles, interacting with ghosts, zombies, and you find out at the very end that he's a very disturbed, sad man.
See, like, still to this day, I would consider, like, Berserk to be, like, the manga equivalent to, like, an ancient Greek fantasy, like Hercules and all those other guys.
Yeah.
Because he has all the traumatic, tragic bullshit that goes on in all their stories. Hercules, killed his kids and everything, I think, in his story.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to do all these, like, heroic trials and whatnot. It's pretty much Berserk. I mean, Guts, fuck that up.
Yeah, and then we go to flashback with the Golden Age, which where the original 97 anime really explores.
Yeah. And you got the whole thing with Griffith and Guts and Casca.
Yeah, the trio.
The first encounter with Zod, man, that was like, oof, that was hype as fuck.
Yeah. Actually, the anime is like very atmospheric, especially in those scenes.
And the soundtrack for it. Pretty good.
Yeah. That's actually something people complain about too, which I don't know, I feel like a bunch of complaints of the new Berserk stuff is like I could easily debunk because they were saying like why couldn't we get Susumu Hirasawa for this anime? But I'm like Susumu hasn't been part of Berserk ever since the PS2 game. So like actually no, ever since the Sega game because he made a soundtrack for that and for the PS2 he only made the theme song and that's all he's been doing for the past couple years, the theme songs, never like a soundtrack.
Yeah, but I mean, he did some tracks for the new series, didn't he?
Yeah, he did an album of remixes though. It wasn't like actual music tracks for the series.
Oh, I see.
It was Berserk theme, yeah. So there was all remixes of previous Berserk music that he did for other releases. So yeah, it's better than nothing though. But yeah, so Golden Age is the best part of the series because it establishes like you find out who Guts is. You find out like all the rough shit that goes on in his life since the day he was fucking born.
I know, he was like born into the world of hardcore, man. Like his mother was hanging from a tree, came out of a corpse, went into like a band of mercenaries. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah, and then child abuse happened.
Oh yeah, then he was fucked in the ass as a kid.
Yeah, he was abused. And then, he murdered someone. He murdered two people as a kid. So he got his assaulter, and then he murdered his dad, who was trying to murder him.
Yeah.
So
that assaulter was the true villain. I mean, like fuck Griffith.
Yeah, and then he attacked.
That's the true hostile right there.
Yeah, then he attacked wolves, and he still lived.
Yeah.
And then from that point, he became a mercenary.
Yep.
And then shit
really
hits the fan because
sword.
he shit hits the fan because he meets Griffith, and stuff happens. He wonders about friendship. Wanting to be on par with Griffith, and then he goes on his own, seeking his own life fulfillment journey, and then he comes back, and then everything gets completely fucked. Oh.
Yeah. Griffith fucks everything up.
Yeah.
But people still say he did nothing wrong.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, so... And then...
I was always wondering, like, are people, like, for real about that, or is that just a meme?
I think it's both by this point. But... Yeah, so, and then from there it goes back into the whole, like, Dark Ages stuff with Guts, seeking revenge. And I feel the story is, like, to me it feels a little strange, because it seems Berserk is supposed to be, like, this episodic type of thing, where, you just get different story arcs, like, I think that works well with a fantasy, but after experiencing the Golden Age, which was, like, one big narrative, it just doesn't seem, it just feels a little awkward going to this story, these mini story arc structure. And then, by the time we get to Tower of Conviction, which is supposed to be Guts' repentance, like understanding that he needs to look for Casca, like that whole arc, the Tower of Conviction felt like it was less about Guts, and it was more about just the theme of the story about, like religion and, not everything is justified, which, it fits the whole Devilman themes he was going for, But then after that point, with the fantasy stuff and the boat stuff, and then Griffith taking the story for a while, it just feels softer. Especially the recent chapters where they finally made it to the fucking island, and things are like super silly. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm facing with, like, Berserk. Like, it doesn't feel like, tonally, it doesn't feel the same as it once was.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not completely up to date, but like, It just feels like something's missing.
Yeah, I'm not totally against it, but I think like I could still bear through all this, like depending what happens with Casca, because that looks like that it might be a pretty dark experience entering her mind. But the other reason is why I feel Berserk is suffering more than anything, more than the tone itself or these different directions, or even the lack of guts showing up for the past couple of years, is that I feel the main problem with Berserk is the conflict between Guts and Griffith, because ever since he meets Griffith again at the in the snow with all the swords and the graves, like Griffith said that he didn't care much for Guts, and ever since then he hasn't thought about him, and they haven't met since then either. So yeah, I feel it's like, where's the rage? Like Guts should be angry at, or maybe depending how Casca turns out, he might be angry again. So I don't know.
His rage.
Yeah, like it's understandable for his rage to subside if things, go back to normal or as normal as they can be. But, at the end of the day, even if Casca is recovered, there's still going to be apostles and other fantasy creatures out in the world because of Griffith. So.
Yeah, I don't know, there's a lot. And then Mira keeps on going on breaks, so it's just like, when will you end?
Yeah, and then he's been saying he wants a happy ending for Berserk, but at the rate it's going, I'm like, we'll see what happens.
I don't know, I think a happy ending will just be an actual ending.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Disconnect this.
Yeah, but I don't know, I think the next series gotta be more, positive, because the first two series we've been talking about got completed.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've been all negative, but okay, before we shift over, one of the positives of Berserk is that, it's still like a manly thing. It's mostly Guts that holds up that manly attitude more than anything.
Yeah, that's true. Because if it wasn't for Guts, it'd be like it'd still be a dark fantasy, but like it wouldn't have as much of a manly appeal as it does.
Yeah. I mean, because there's still like a lot of moments, a lot of dark, gritty stuff. Pretty horrifying things actually, because the elves is one thing. The way it starts off is like absolutely like perfectly dark, because you got this stranger who's like killing all these creatures and people too, and innocent civilians, and you're kind of wondering, man, this guy must be really fucked up in the head. And
yeah, it's like, really, Nero, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then the Golden Age, you see his more like masculine side. Like, I still can't get over like a very simple line in the anime where it's after the Zod fight, and Guts wants to like go visit Griffith, and they're saying that you can't go in there because there's like, I don't know, he's always some meeting with some important people, and Guts like, I'm not there to see like this important figurehead, I'm here to see my friend. He's like, oh yeah.
My friend.
Yeah, and then
boy.
Yeah, friendship didn't last forever. Oh. Yeah, Berserk's a tragedy. or maybe there will be a light at the end of the tunnel after all this shit and blood. We shall see.
Guts gets the fuck Casca,
The end.
So when that first happened, I'm just like, yeah, boy, he deserved it.
Yeah, it's like all these pent up feelings for each other is like, I hated you the first time we met, but now
I want the dick.
Yeah.
I can slay it.
Yeah. I am the pussy slayer.
Oh god.
I don't know when Guts goes to Guts.
My second sword.
I don't know, Guts goes to the Guts writer. I don't know, but yeah, Casca needs to redeem herself because she's just been shitted on for these past couple of years because she hasn't done anything. She's been straight up stupid, traumatized.
Oh, it's not really your fault.
I know it's not her fault, but it's been. It just annoys me that she like, I don't know, I can't help but think that, after surviving that experience, she wouldn't be that fucked up in the head. Like, I mean, because Guts was fucked up in a different, I guess Casca had it worse. I guess that's undeniable. But the thing is, like, I feel she shouldn't be like straight up like mentally ill. Like maybe she would have been like shocked or something, but not to that extent. Just to make her seem like an actual character. Because by this point, it just seems more like she's just sort of like a tool for Guts. By this point, I'm just like, come on, make her That's why I want to recover more than anything. Is that way she could just be like an actual person again. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
Just,
I mean, how much time has passed for Casca though within the Berserk world?
well,
Like,
for us, it's longer because in the Berserk world, it probably. I'm gonna maybe get a volume. Holy shit. Yeah. All right, let me go back and look when Guts comes back to the. Okay, what volume was it? Shit. Oh my god, what was it? No, I should have read it. Okay, yeah, volume 17. Let me. God damn, where does he say it? I'm trying to check if he actually does mention like a fucking year. 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, Guts has been gone from the time he went to the Black Swordsman and came back to Goto. That was 2 years, and then from there, that's the Tower of Conviction. So, and I want to say like maybe a year has passed since then. If you take all the Griffith, fighting the Kushan and going to the island, like I want to say, like it's only been like 2 or 3 years into the Berserk world, but for us it's like fucking decade.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe like being traumatized. I mean, I don't understand if it was for a bit, but like she should probably snap out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, especially
like,
I think especially by the reader's viewpoint that she should snap out of it by this point. I think the 2-3 years should be enough of a gap.
Then again, maybe there's some like apostle magic going on in your head that Griffith did. You planted like some seed.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know at this point. So, yeah, the point is Berserk. Yeah, it's still a manly thing. Like, I think the beginning's like a lot stronger, but I think once the tragedy, like the eclipse happens, I think that might be the start of its decline in quality.
Mm.
It could be, I think, because the other stories were still pretty good, but they still kind of go down because of the whole lack of Griffith. It's so far just been kind of teased. And when they finally
Yeah.
do meet, like it's hardly anything because it's more like complete like negligence or I don't know what the word is, but yeah, the point is Berserk is still like the essential dark fantasy, one of the most essential seinens ever. So there you go.
It's like the poster boy for seinen.
Yeah.
That's why back in the day, when everyone was like, "Oh, Berserk's underrated," I'm like, I don't know, because when people think seinen, they think of Berserk.
Yeah. Berserk.